Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Lamplight City. And things have definitely gotten complicated from the last episode, guys. We were able to track down Darius to the opium den and find out that a name was called out during the murder, Priscilla. Also, that singing Tom, who we were also looking for, was a patron of the opium den, and that Tom's full name was actually Tom Puffin, and he was the choir master at St. Dennis's Cathedral. So we went ahead and talked to Tom with his amazing facial hair, and searching a chest here at the cathedral actually revealed a letter from Priscilla to someone named Ned, who happened to be Tom's cousin. Ned is up here. And it looks like, after talking to Ned and gathering some evidence, that Tom has been taking Ned's letters that he is supposed to be sending to Priscilla and sending his own masquerading as Ned. And not only that, after searching Puffin's residence, we also found out that he is missing a firearm. So I'm curious where that ended up. A lot of the evidence right now is pointing to Mr. Puffin. But before we do anything else, we need to head over to the police station and talk to Dr. Edwards about the effects of opium. And see where we go from here. Hey, Upton. It's like we don't have a firearm right now. But we will get one soon.
Pardon me, Edwards.
Hopefully.
Yes?
Edwards, do you know much about the effects of opium?
Quite a great deal, unfortunately. It's all the rage these days. Most people use it to calm the nerves or relieve pain, but it's highly addictive and has numerous adverse effects.
Such as?
It depends, really. Most common are sweating, nausea, memory loss, or blurred vision. But more serious cases can lead to hallucination, violent mood swings, coma, or even death. I just had a case in here a few weeks ago who died from an opium overdose. It wasn't pretty.
Doesn't sound like it. Thanks for the information, Edwards.
Anytime.
Clue
I'll
added.
be going now, Edwards.
Take care, Fordham.
Well, what do we have in terms of clues now? Effects of opium. Sweating, nausea, memory loss, blurred vision. I like the violent mood swings, coma. Now remember, Ned said that he heard like violent sounds coming from Puffin's apartment. Let's see what Upton has to say.
Can we talk for a moment, Upton?
Certainly. What's on your mind?
I'm guessing you can't go over this case with me either.
I have to distance myself completely from this one. So when you figure it out, you'll need to speak directly to Mrs. Morgan. I can still try and help you if there's something specific giving you trouble, though.
Ah, okay.
Upton, I need you to put out a bulletin. There's someone I need found.
Oh? Who's that?
I don't know his name. I only have a description.
All right, I'll need to ask you a few questions. Could you describe the man's height and build?
Oh, we can send out a APB.
He's tall, with a large build.
All right. What color is his hair?
And we found out that it is red.
I'm certain it's red.
All right. Do you know of any unique details that might make him easier to identify?
Dressed all in black's not going to help.
He has a beard, or mutton chops.
I see. Well, I'll put out the bulletin, but that's a bit of a generic description. All right. The bulletin is out. I'll let you know if I hear anything.
Thanks, Upton. I appreciate the help.
Maybe we'll be able to find some more details. Alright. Now we don't really have any objectives to kind of point the way. Maybe we just need to travel everywhere and see what we run into. We'll try the opium den first.
Leave him be. He's not much of a conversationalist anyway.
And can't speak to the den owner. Lead Darius to his dragon riding. Head back to the Silent Raven. Actually, we can ask her if she knows anything. Oh, we can talk to her. That's good.
Excuse me, barmaid?
Hi, what do you need?
Do you know a Priscilla? Yeah.
Does the name Priscilla mean anything to you?
Nope.
Well, boo.
I was given the physical description of a man, and I was wondering if you might recognize him if I told you.
Perhaps. Go on, then.
He's tall, of strong build, with a beard or mutton chops, dressing all in black and possibly wearing a cap.
Bit vague, wouldn't you say? That covers about half our clientele.
I was afraid that might be the case. Did you notice anyone of that description here on election night?
No. Can't say I did, sorry.
I appreciate you taking the time to chat.
Yeah.
Well, that was useless. Where to go? I'm also curious that we can still head here to the murder site. It makes me wonder if there's something else that we're missing. Drain. Hello?
Yesterday's rain has made the water level rise significantly. Is it just me, or does it look like there's something resting at the bottom of the drain?
If there is, I have no way of getting to it through the drain cover.
Alright. See, I thought it was weird because mostly when we go into a place and we exit, we go straight to the map. I think I know where we need to go. Let's go visit our friend here in the sewers. Good old Cormac.
Moment of your time, if I may.
Right, I'll make it quick.
I wonder if you could tell me if you saw a man of this description at the Silent Raven on election night. He's tall, of strong build, with a beard or mutton chops, dressing all in black and possibly wearing a cap.
Oh, hi. Cormac remembers seeing a fella like that.
What was he doing?
Kept going in and out of the bar. When he was inside, he stood near the voting booths, hardly moving a muscle.
And when he was outside?
That, Cormac couldn't say.
Did you notice anything else about him?
Yes, Cormac noticed him come in and speak with Nicole, the barmaid, after the commotion outside.
Is that right? That's very interesting.
Man, thank you, Cormac.
Do you know anyone named Priscilla?
Ah, that's not a name Cormac knows.
Frankly, I'm surprised it's not the name of one of his tools.
I'll let you return to your work.
Be mindful on your way out.
So, water, tanks.
While you could use a bath. You know, if you stare at this thing long enough, it kinda does look like it's got a face. Oh, God. The crazy is starting to rub off on me. Quick, Miles, let's get out of here. Another mysterious device.
Water. I figured it would all be over here. We can't really...
I hope those aren't full of what I think.
Okay, well... maybe we'll have to grab something, like a piece of wire, to get whatever it is out of the grating. In the meantime, let's head back to the Raven and have a chat with Nicole, because she was lying to us. How dare you?
Excuse me, barmaid?
Hi, what do you need?
The truth!
You know that description I gave you earlier? Of the tall man in black?
Yeah, what about it?
I spoke with Cormac, and he told me he saw you speaking with someone fitting that description shortly after the murder occurred.
And you believed him? Cormac's a good sort, but he's not exactly reliable.
I'd say he's twice as reliable as you are. Now tell me the truth, or I'll have you in as an accomplice to murder.
All right, relax. I don't know the man by name, but he came to me after the commotion outside and paid me a few crowns to keep my mouth shut about it. I didn't ask any more questions, and I wasn't about to refuse some extra cash. That was that, I swear.
That's not good enough. I need some way to find this man. Is there anything else you can tell me?
Well, I did notice he had a scar on his left cheek. Kind of looked like a shepherd's crook. But that's all, really.
I suppose that'll have to do.
We can give more discreet, or
I appreciate you taking the time to chat.
Yeah.
can give more details to Upton. Good deal. Let's go ahead and do that. I guess we'll have to come back for the grading. I'll bet you anything the gun's right down there. That's Upton's apartment.
Can we talk for a moment, Upton?
Certainly. What's on your mind?
Can I try giving you that description again? I may have more details now.
Sure. More details will definitely help. Could you describe the man's height?
He's tall.
All right.
And then red.
I'm certain it's red.
All right.
There it is.
Yes, he has a scar on his left cheek in the shape of a shepherd's crook.
Good. That will be helpful. All right, I'll put out the bulletin. Give me a moment. All right, the bulletin is out. I'll let you know if...
Upton? Just got your bulletin.
Hello, Giles. Have you got something for me?
As a matter of fact, I've got someone in the jail fitting your description perfectly.
You don't say.
Yup. Name's Harvey Presser. Got picked up a couple of days ago.
Harvey.
Thank you, Giles. You heard the man, Fordham. You've got yourself someone to interrogate over at Bow Street.
Nice. All right, well, let's go have a chat with the shady gentleman. Back to the jail.
Fordham, you look even worse than the last time I saw you.
We can't all manage to keep looking as good as you, Giles.
What brings you back?
I'm looking to speak with your prisoner.
Presser? I just got off the horn with Upton about him. Seems you're not the only one interested in finding the man.
Then I suppose it's lucky I got here first.
Suppose so.
What was he brought in for, exactly?
He's the suspected leader of a cooping gang. Makes me glad I didn't bother to vote. All those dirty politics are just a waste of time.
And people wonder why nothing in Parliament ever changes.
A cooping gang, huh?
He's watching you like a hawk. Looks liable to toss you in one of his cells if you try any funny business.
One thing I do have to really compliment this game on, well, I can compliment it on a lot, is the quality of the voice acting and the quality of the sound. Like, there's no kind of echo. I was playing another game recently where the sound quality when people were talking was kind of subpar, compared to this at least.
Harvey Presser, I presume.
Who's asking?
Miles Fordham. I'm a private investigator.
What do you want from me?
Just a few minutes of your time. You don't have anywhere to be, do you?
Hardy ha. Ask what you want, but I'm not answering anything until I see a lawyer.
Ooh. Wow. Those sideburns are impressive. And there's the shepherd's crook scar.
Do you recognize the man in this ferrotype?
Should I?
His name is Ronan Lespay. He was shot outside the Silent Raven on election night.
That's a real shame.
Are you saying you know nothing about the murder outside the Silent Raven on election night?
Not a thing. I've never even heard of the Silent Raven.
Is that right? Because I've spoken to at least 3 people who swore they saw you there that night.
Yeah, and you're not police, so that doesn't scare me. You can't do a thing about it.
This guy's starting to get on my nerves. There has to be a way to make him talk.
I hear you were arrested for leading a cooping gang. Is that right?
I don't have to tell you a thing. You're not a copper.
That's all the questions I have for now.
Good. Leave me in peace.
Alright, he is definitely tight-lipped.
No point asking him about anything else right now. Let him sit and rot.
Maybe Upton would have some details on him, maybe?
Can we talk for a moment, Upton?
Certainly. What's on your mind?
Upton, what do you have on this Harvey Presser fellow?
Give me a moment, and I'll locate the arrest report. Here we are. He was picked up in a bar in Chumley after being identified as the leader of a cooping gang by one of his fellow gang members.
So much for loyalty. Anything else about him?
Not much besides his address.
That might be worth looking into.
Yes, indeed.
It's 5885 Riverview Road, right near the asylum.
Ah, wonderful. Maybe afterwards you can drop by and pick out a room.
Thanks, Bill. So helpful.
I'll let you get back to work.
And you'd better do the same.
Yeah, anytime there's an arrest, I think Upton is our prime contact for sure. Presser residence.
Just a moment. Yeah? What do you want?
Ooh, she doesn't look like the type to take any guff. Better watch yourself, Miles.
Mrs. Presser, I'd like to speak with you about your husband.
Well, he's not here right now. He's been away for a few days, actually. Who are you exactly?
My name's Miles Fordham. I just have a few questions. I promise this won't take long.
All right, come in. But try and keep it down. My daughter isn't feeling well, and I don't want her being disturbed.
Cracks on the ceiling. Seems to be in bad shape all in all. There's vacuum cleaners here. Maybe she's a maid. Which would explain the black dress and not necessarily the high heels, though.
She doesn't look so good. A man's coat. Seems Harvey wasn't expecting to be out for very long. Some of those modern steam cleaners. If they use them in this place, they clearly aren't worth a damn. Presumably that goes into the Presser's bedroom. Or it might be a closet. Or both.
Can't look at the cracks on the walls.
It seems peasant soup is on the menu tonight.
So definitely not in a good way.
Seems to be a notice from the bank threatening to foreclose on this place if they're late on their rent payment again. No wonder Harvey's taken a second job.
Interesting place to put it, right over the chimney.
Mrs. Presser?
Yeah, what?
Alright. Well, we need to be careful here. Well, we'll ask about Ronan last. Let's...
What does your husband do for a living, Mrs. Presser?
Harvey? He's a traveling salesman. Sells steam-powered cleaners like the ones in the corner there.
Oh?
Doesn't make much money on account of most people being afraid of steam tech these days. But Harvey tries his best to provide for me and little Mary. He's a good man. The job takes him out of town for days at a time, but we get by.
And that's all he does?
What are you asking? You know something I don't?
No, not at all. I was just curious.
Oh, look, another husband keeping secrets from his wife. There are a copper a dozen around here, it seems.
So what do you do while your husband's away?
Hang on there, what are you playing at? I'm a married woman.
I'm here to know a bit more about you, that's all. I meant no disrespect.
Is that your game? Asking innocent ladies about themselves so you can have your way?
She doesn't have to worry about being mistaken for innocent, that's for sure.
No, you know what? Just forget I said anything.
Hell's bells.
Is your daughter all right?
She's just come down with a bit of something. This stew I'm making will put her right again. I've been giving her regular doses of Pink Bladder's Miracle Tonic, too. I'm sure she'll be back to tearing the house down again in a matter of days. Ticks after her father, that one.
Are you pleased with the election results?
Yeah, I'm glad that no-good high muck-a-muck Outwood was voted out. Maybe now they can finally get to work on that bridge to Gascone we've been promised for so long.
But won't Leroy's opposition to steam tech be bad for your husband's business?
Maybe, but Harvey's always managed to land on his feet. If it comes down to it, I'm sure he'll be able to find a new job in no time. I was never too keen on him selling those contraptions anyway. It'll be a relief to get them out of the house.
You know a man named Ronan Lespay?
Never heard of him.
And you've never seen the man in this ferrotype?
Nope. And I'm glad I haven't. Looks like a real pushover.
I don't have any more questions for you, Mrs. Presser.
Good.
So charming.
I think we've pestered her enough. Best leave her to her cooking.
Well, now that we know some details about the family, maybe he'll be more inclined to talk? Aha.
A few more questions for you, Mr. Presser.
Whatever you say.
I had a little chat with your wife. You have a lovely family.
Mildred? How did you...
I may not be with the police anymore, but that doesn't mean I can't still get the information I need.
You didn't tell her about me being in jail, did you?
Don't worry. It was quite obvious your wife has no idea what you're involved in. As a man who values discretion, I thought it best not to shatter her illusions.
That's awfully decent of you.
Of course, I might change my mind, unless you start to cooperate.
I have to say, Miles, you've become a real natural at this tough cop role.
All right, fine. I'll talk. Just leave my family out of it.
Do you recognize the man in this ferrotype?
Yes, I do. That's Mr. Lespay.
And how is it you know him?
I was assigned to watch him and then pick him up on election night.
Assigned? By whom?
My employer. I'd really rather not name names, Mr. Fordham.
I don't care about your employer. What I care about is what you were doing with Mr. Lespay.
Well, it was a cooping scheme. He was one of the people I was told to pick up.
All right.
Tell me more about this cooping scheme.
I got paid to find men to vote for Atwood. Simple, really. Once I found a good mark, I followed him a bit, knocked him out, then took him to the coop, a little room I rented near the Raven. I had about 5 men on election night, including Lespay. Got them all liquored up and walked them over to the polls. Once each of them voted, we'd walk back over to the coop. I'd change the clothes, maybe give them a fake beard, and walk back for another vote. Did it for myself, too, so people would be less likely to notice. Kept it up for a few hours, until the murder.
Flew the coop, achievement unlocked. Okay, I think I know what's happened here. So, I kind of had this idea beforehand, but now I know the details of it. This is what I think has happened so far, guys. I think that this guy took Lespay, got him in bigger clothes, took him over to the voting booth. Puffin was there. Puffin was high on opium, saw him, bought him for Ned, flew into a jealous rage, and shot him. I really think that's the case. Because he thought he was Ned. And they have a very similar kind of vibe, and under the effects of a drug like opium, that could definitely be the case. So, let's kind of see if that hypothesis bears any fruit.
Tell me what you know about the murder outside the Silent Raven.
The most important thing I can tell you is that I didn't kill him.
Do you know who did?
Not a clue. I was inside the bar when I heard the gunshot. I went outside to see what had happened, and found Lespay on the sidewalk.
And what happened next?
What do you think? I panicked. He was in my care. I wasn't expecting anyone to get killed.
I think Mr. Presser has a wildly different definition of the word care.
I went inside and gave the barmaid 10 crowns to keep her mouth shut. Clearly, that was money misspent. Then I went back home, told my wife I was going away on a business trip for a few days, just in case. Good thing I did, too. I might get out of this with her none the wiser.
What makes you so sure they'll let you out?
Me? I'm just a small fish, but I could talk and talk about whales. That's valuable information.
Quite the shrewd negotiator, this one. I think his skills have been wasted.
Is this your first time in jail?
Yeah, actually. Suppose you think I'm just some criminal scum, born for the gibbet? I'm not a bad man, Mr. Fordham. I just made some mistakes. You've met my family. I'd do anything for them. Anything.
I suppose no good deed goes unpunished.
You can say that again.
That's all the questions I have for now.
Good. Leave me in peace.
Okay. So, he was liquored up and taken to the voting booth. You know who we haven't talked to for a while? We haven't talked to his boy Jimbo.
Hello, Jimbo. I have a few more questions for you.
All right, fine.
Does the name Priscilla mean anything to you?
Yes, that's my ship, the SS Priscilla.
I see. Did Ronan know about it?
Of course. He always used to ask me to bring him back some exotic souvenir.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Well, that was strange. And is there anything... I'm wondering if there's something that we can stick down the drain to grab whatever that is. Alright, we've already been to Puffin's residence, Ronan's apartment. Let's talk to Mrs. Morgan.
Have you got time for a few more questions, Mrs. Morgan?
Yes, of course.
Oh dear. Let's mention Priscilla first.
Did Ronan know anyone named Priscilla?
Priscilla? No, I never heard that name before. Who is she?
Just a name that's come up in my investigation.
I wonder if Ronan had finally met a young woman.
Oh, boy. Now you've done it.
Yeah. Ugh.
Are you familiar with someone who goes by the name Jimbo?
No, I don't think so. Who is that?
A friend of Ronan's.
No, as I told you, I didn't know Ronan to have any friends. I especially don't recall him mentioning anyone called Jimbo.
Those are all the questions I have for now.
All right, Mr. Fordham.
Dead end there. At least we didn't have to break her mind by letting her know. She'd have to get over it. Taxidermy shop? We'll talk to Upton last.
I don't think he'll be much more help at the moment.
Okie dokie. And, ooh, I guess we could talk to Ned. Or not Ned.
He won't be much more help right now. Leave him to his practice.
We were running out of options here, guys.
He hasn't got anything else to tell us right now.
Water treatment.
Let's not stick around here.
You already been to the Presser residence, right?
Just a moment!
Oh, she's probably gonna get furious if she sees us again.
Oh, it's you again. Come in.
She's got those teacher heels that if you heard the principal or teacher coming down the hallway, you'd be like, oh.
I think we've pestered her enough. Best leave her to her cooking.
When you were in elementary school. Alright, we will... Nothing at the water treatment station. We'll head to the opium den.
Leave him be.
Nothing from Darius. Maybe we need to talk to the barmaid again. The whole 10 shillings to keep her mouth shut thing.
She doesn't seem the type for idle chat.
Okay. Well then we are missing something and it has to deal with that drain. Maybe... Oh! Umbrella!
Looks like that umbrella's gotten some good use. It was quite the rainstorm we had yesterday.
I need it!
Looks like that umbrella...
Crap. There's the newspaper, portrait, piano, bookshelf, chair. That'd be the perfect thing to get whatever it is out of that drain.
Keep up the good work, Upton. I might have some more questions later.
I have no doubt you will.
The only person we haven't talked to is Edwards.
I don't think the good doctor has...
Oh! Cabinet...
Edwards keeps assorted lab equipment for setting things on fire or...
So how do we lower that water level to get something out of the drain? It has to be with the sewer guy, doesn't it? There's really nowhere else that we could do that at. Can we walk this way? Oh wow, it's not even going to let us.
You know, if you... let's not... Handy to know where you are.
Is there anything else that we can... Oh, bolts.
Securely fastened, unfortunately for you. If only there was some way to undo these bolts and remove the drain cover.
Okay, so we need to find a tool.
Securely...
Alright, that's something. Can we go ahead and grab that knife that we saw there in the... Like, that right there we could use? Alright guys, well, we've exhausted all of our talking options, but now we know we need to get into that drain. So we will go hunting for something to open the drain up with and see what we can find in the next episode. Hope you all have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.